that they were citizens of Bangladesh or Pakistan and they came here due to religious persecution, etc. Whereas the fact is that at least in Assam, the vast majority of the people who were excluded from the NRC, who were not in the National Register of Citizens, were not citizens of Pakistan or Bangladesh. Unfortunately, my lord, in a country like India, at least 20-25% people will be excluded, but because they cannot produce any documents in a poor country like India. That I can give an affidavit that I was born here, I have been living here since this time. A very responsible person came and told me something very shocking. What they did in Bihar, now we don't have the exact numbers of how many people were issued notices regarding their documents for deletion of the names who were already on the draft electoral roll. What we do know is that about 3.5 lakh people's names were deleted from the draft electoral. They first prepared a draft electoral roll. After that, finally, when the final roll was prepared, 3.5 lakh names were deleted. And even after the final publication of the electoral roll took place, final roll, after that, about 3.5 lakh names more were added before the voting, between the time of the publication of the final roll and between the time of voting. In fact, my lord, that figure, what page kahan gaya that? Just take this, this will give your lordship a bird's eye view. This is from the Election Commission's own records. There is no doubt about these figures. When SIR was announced, my lord, there were 7 crore 89 lakh people in the electoral roll which existed. Thereafter, my lord, 65 lakhs were deleted from the draft roll. When the draft roll was published, 65 lakhs were deleted. They said that those who didn't fill up their enumeration forms, their names have been deleted. Then, my lord, number of voters left were 7 crore 24 lakhs. Then they say that 21 lakhs plus were added through claims in Form 6 during the period of claims and objections. Now, unfortunately, my lord, they didn't allow the people whose names were deleted, 65 lakhs whose names were deleted, to come in through any other way except by filling Form 6. And Form 6, as your lordship sees, is a form for a new voter, where you have to declare that you were not in the electoral roll. Actually, they were on the electoral roll. So in order to fill Form 6, they would have to file a false declaration that they were not on the electoral roll. Whereas, in fact, they were. Just as in the Citizenship Amendment Act, they are saying that those who want to apply for citizenship under the Citizenship Amendment Act, they have to file a declaration saying that they were citizens of Bangladesh or Pakistan and they came here due to religious persecution, etc. Whereas the fact is that at least in Assam, the vast majority of the people who were excluded from the NRC, who were not in the National Register of Citizens, were not citizens of Pakistan or Bangladesh. They were, in fact, Lord, Indian citizens who didn't have the documents. Today, if you say that for determining citizenship, you have to produce the following documents, any documents. Unfortunately, my lord, in a country like India, at least 20-25% people will be excluded, but because they cannot produce any documents in a poor country like India. All that they can say is that I can give an affidavit that I was born here, I have been living here since this time. And I can also give an affidavit of 2 of my neighbors attesting to this fact. They don't have any documents. So therefore, my lord, these people who were asked to fill Form 6, many of them, these 21 lakhs who were added through Form 6, many of them would have been those whose names were deleted from the draft roll, but who were forced to fill Form 6 because the Election Commission said that, look, there is no other way of getting in, you have to fill Form 6 if your name has been deleted. Thereafter, my lord, voters removed through objections in the same period, 3.66 lakhs. But, my lord, yesterday, day before yesterday, somebody from Bihar, who's a very responsible person, came and told me something very shocking. And this is something which your lordship should ask the Election Commission to specify. They said that though only 3.66 lakh people were deleted through objections, Notices were issued to 26 lakh people. 26 lakh people. A cyclo-styled notice saying that, look, your documents are not adequate or your documents are not enough, and therefore you come and prove your case. This kind of cyclo-styled notice.
Those 26, how many were dropped?
3.66 were dropped. Now, what I am told is, what I understand is that in
So
many
that-
cases,
Is it that, Mr. Bhushan, out of those 26 lakhs to whom notices were issued, that was approximate
15%,
half lakh,
14%
their
were
objections were accepted.
yes, yes. 86% were accepted, 14% were dropped. But, my lord, the point is, you are issuing cyclo-style notices to these people without giving any reason as to why. These are people who were dropped from the draft electoral roll without giving any reason which the form requires, which the rules require. You give some reason as to what is the problem. What are you doubting? You are doubting my residence, you are doubting my age, you are doubting my citizenship, and for what reason? For what reason? Unfortunately, though the election manual says that all these forms of claims and objections must be put out on the website, must be given to the political parties and put out on the website, none of it has been put out on the website. Therefore, my lord, today, I as a citizen cannot verify, cannot find out how many people were issued these notices. All that I know is that some people who were issued these notices have shown me the notices, and the notices are cyclo-style notices, not giving any reasons for why what is suspected, why it is suspected, etc. So therefore, because one of the issues that we are raising is transparency. It's a very, very important issue. And the standard notices, my lord, we have annexed some of them. They were just, I can tell your lordship that they were just cyclo-styled notices, not giving what is it that is being suspected about me? What is it, and on what basis they are suspecting this about me? Just cyclo-style notices. You come with your documents to my office and show. What do I show? When Lal Babu Hussain said that you have to give reasons, you have to state as to why a doubt has arisen, as to why your name should not be on the electoral roll, what are the basis for the doubt having arisen. Yet, my lord, that's not big. Now come to the issue of transparency. In this, my lord, I have, in this written note, I have mentioned what are the problems. Firstly, para 3, page 2 of this note, I said, ECI did not disclose the list of voters deleted from the 25 roll until forced to do so by this honorable court by order dated so on. So they first didn't even disclose that. Then digitization of claims and objections. Although ECI's press note indicated the number of claims and objections received for certain constituencies, lists were provided. These were never made available online in the required clickable format, that is the format where the form could be accessed by clicking on the entry in the list. And this is the manual. I've quoted the manual, my lord. Para 11.3. Actually, my lord, that manual, Volume 4A, page 235. If your lordship just looks at that manual, I want to show another paragraph.
Where are you referring to this para 11?
Para 11.3.4 of the manual. If they're just handing over the manual. Volume 4A1, page 235. We have annexed the whole manual. This is in chapter 11. Chapter 11 is, my lord, dealing with this whole issue of revision of electoral rolls. Now, page 235, my lord, at the bottom, 11.3.4. Digitization of claims and objections.
At under head number 3, in your note it is reproduced.
Yes, the first part is reproduced, second part is not. I wanted to read 11.3.5 also. Digitization of claims and objections. In order to facilitate the political parties and other stakeholders and bringing more transparency in the process of electoral registration, the Election Commission has directed that all application forms should be computerized on a daily basis, and a list of these applications be posted on the website of the Chief Electoral Officer of the concerned state on a day-to-day basis. The status of each application forms should be clearly visible on each row of the list. Further, the web application used for this purpose should also provide a facility that on clicking of any row on the list, the concerned application form can be printed by any citizen, Therefore, my lord, their own manual, which is their Bible, their own rules, provide that this has to be done. And see the next paragraph. List of claims and objections should be made available by the ERO to all political parties at the end of each week. From the beginning of the period of filing claims and objections, the ERO shall call a meeting of the recognized political parties and personally hand over to their representatives a list of claims and objections received till date and obtain acknowledgement for the same. The practice of giving claims and objections to the recognized political parties should continue until the period of claims and objections is over. It is further clarified that the names included in the list once given need not be included in the next list. In other words, the list should also be simultaneously displayed on the website of the ERO, notice board of the electoral registration officer, and polling station. Therefore, my lord, the manual provides very detailed instructions about the transparency that they have to follow. And today, my lord, I am informing your lordship that in Bihar, they did not do so at all. And they are not doing so even now. Even in this exercise going on in the other states, they are not doing so.